Kingdom Hearts 3 is just around the corner, and in an effort to prepare myself for it, I've decided to take a trip down memory lane with Kingdom Hearts, the story so far. And game by game, I'm going to try to piece together the story of this notoriously complex series. So let's get started where it all began, Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts is an action RPG that was originally released on the PlayStation 2 in 2002. The game is unique for its inclusion of major Disney and Square Enix characters and allowing the player to explore the worlds featured in several Disney animated features and interact with the stories as they play out. The game begins with our hero, Sora, spending some time on an island hideout with his friends Kairi and Riku. The trio are gathering supplies and building a raft upon which they plan to go exploring the world. After preparations are made, everybody goes home for the night. However, Sora wakes up to a storm brewing in the middle of the night. Fearing for the raft and his supplies, he returns to the island to find that things are worse than he expected. Black beings called Heartless have swarmed the island, and in a whirlwind of strange events surrounding Kairi and Riku, Sora finds himself alone, stranded in another world.
Hey, Vyra. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hey, Mike. Good to see you, too. We're going to get going here very shortly. I'm going to send out the notifications to everybody who needs them, and we'll be right back.
However, in typical Disney movie
hey,
fashion,
Alvaro.
it isn't
Good to
long
see you
until
too, dude.
Sora bumps into some friendly faces. Donald and Goofy, at the behest of King Mickey, are searching for someone called a Keyblade Master. As luck would have it, Sora has recently discovered that he controls a Keyblade, and the three agree to travel together to different worlds searching for King Mickey, Sora's friends, and seal away the creeping darkness using the Keyblade along the way. Or at least that's the basic gist of things. In order to string together the plethora of independent Disney worlds and Square Enix characters, the writers had to get pretty creative. The plot of the game at times will definitely require the player to willingly suspend their disbelief, but what awaits the player who can muster the courage to let go of their cynicism is a fun and novel trip through some of the most iconic animated settings ever. The smaller stories of each of the Disney worlds that you visit throughout the game are like snapshots from small segments of Disney's larger films, and don't retell the entire stories from those movies. Instead, typically when Sora arrives, they'll find ways in which the Heartless are affecting the Disney world, preventing the stories from playing out correctly. Sora and friends then take it upon themselves to team up with the world's protagonist, remove the offending Heartless invasion, and allow the story to resolve unhindered by the Heartless. Because the stories all sort of followed these smaller arcs from the movie scripts as closely as they could, most of what happened within these worlds was pretty predictable after the first few worlds had played out. So, the smaller stories are rarely going to be the larger draw for the player. Rather, exploring the worlds and fighting alongside your Disney heroes is the cool factor for the majority of the game. The overarching story of Kingdom Hearts, though, while a lot more interesting at times, is also a lot harder to follow. It plays out more like a mystery.
All right.
While only rarely providing
It is about
and in my
that
opinion,
time.
When those answers eventually do start to trickle in, they rarely feel like answers.
But it's your heart they really want.
Let's,
Because
there we
you
go.
wield the Keyblade.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Dark Streams, the only show on the internet where I continue my gameplay. I tried. The only show on the internet where I continue my playthrough of Trails of Cold Steel 2. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to every one of you that is here today. It's good to have you. Happy Wednesday. Doing okay? Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing pretty okay as well. You know, just another one of those days when I had to go and work, and a lot of stuff just didn't go quite right. But that day is over. Man, it was a long day. That was just crawling, putting my watch on Do Not Disturb there. It was just crawling today. Like, I looked up at the clock after lunch and I was like, is it really only like 1 o'clock? That cannot be right. Stressed, but fine. Those, depending on the kind of stressed, Fabian, I mean, you don't have to be fine if you are stressed. I just want you to know it's okay to not be fine if you're feeling stressed. You know, stress sucks. But hey, I'm glad that maybe tonight I can help you unwind a little. It was a doozy of a day. And I think that it's going to be another doozy of a week here, actually, because I got a bunch of other stuff lined up that's got me pretty excited for my YouTube channel here. But first, oh yeah, gonna send out a reminder to Amy real quick about something she said she was gonna do. Okay, cool. Done and done. Sweet. All right. Now, speaking of all the things I'm stressed about, that one is sorted out. So, hope that your Wednesdays are going well. Hey, Too Lucky. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Thank you for spending your Wednesday with us. Let's see. What are we going to do today? Let's start with a recap of what happened during our last stream. Now, when last we left off, we met Zio. That was pretty rad. Octopath Traveler 2 coming right up. Oh yeah, Octopath Traveler 2, and there's some other stuff that I'm not able to talk about just yet, but I've got videos coming out pretty soon to talk about them. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff right on the horizon. And yeah, it's gonna be a busy month. It's gonna be good though. I got a good feeling. So let's see. So yeah, we met Zio yesterday, which was what a lovely creature. And so it kind of started off with this crazy, well, it started off pretty mellow. A bunch of character interactions, a lot of bonding events that we got to watch, and then dispense a lot of those bonding events. Those were pretty nice. And then there was a big battle, and we actually did pretty okay on the combat. The stream needs more of that Screech. The problem is, the more I do that Screech, the better I'm gonna get at doing the Screech, and the less funny it's gonna be. And I don't want to ruin that. So we gotta reel it in with the screeching. For now, we'll see. As the game permits, we will continue doing the screeches. I promise. I know that's what brings everybody to the yard at this point. Now, so we got into this giant fight. Well, there was a big fight between Rufus and Class 7, and then the giant fight between Crow and Reen, which ended in, well, Rufus kind of like kicked everybody's butt after we kicked the crap out of him in just a few turns. That was one of those checks that I was very confident that I resolved within less than 40 turns. And then during that fight against Crow, I mean, that wasn't really even a fight. That was a one-sided slap fight, and I was getting slapped all over the place. But it resulted in Reen being whisked away onto the, oh, what do they call that? The big ship. I can never remember the name of the big ships in this game. Well, this one's got a weird name anyway. So we went up to the big ship. Yeah, the Pentagrule. That's the one. And I hope I'm saying that right. It looks like the kind of word that could be pronounced 5 different ways. But I'm going to go with Pentagrule. And it was pretty snazzy digs. But what was even just as cool as a lot of the bonding events we saw in the previous stream, like just leading up to that, they weren't bonding events, but they were absolutely character development events for all of the antagonists that we've had the pleasure of squaring off against up till then, including V and S. Particularly V left a interesting impression because he seems to have lost some of his vigor, some of his drive for, what comes after the death of Chancellor Osborne. As part of, he wasn't part of Zephyr, was he? He was part of some other Jaeger Corps that, he was a part of the, I can't remember the name. But yeah, they were, that was a thing. Oh, we found out about Crow's backstory a little bit more, about the story of his grandfather as the mayor of the Special Economic Zone of Jirai, the Jirai SEZ, which was, it was kind of a sad story. Like, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for the grandfather. Part of me still is a little sus that grandfather was actually doing maybe some of the nefarious stuff. I wonder. It just seems like the sort of thing that, one, maybe his father or grandfather, maybe he did blow up the train tracks. We don't know. Second of all, this whole thing was painted out as a way of like saying how bad Chancellor Osborne was toward the SEZ. And sure, he probably sucked. But maybe it was some of the imperial nobility involved. Still, I suss everybody at this point. Everybody in this game is suspect. I wouldn't be at all surprised. I would be thrilled to find out, but I wouldn't be at all surprised to find out that that things are not as they seem, and that Crow is in fact being manipulated quite a bit by the nobility faction. So anyways, continuing on, we busted out of the Pantagruel. We busted out with Alphen. That was pretty rad. The jailbreak scenes are always my favorite in any RPG. It's my favorite trope. This one did it pretty well. We were busting out of jail on a big skyship, so we were kind of not really heading through like the typical sewer exits that you tend to find in prison breaks, but instead we made our way through and all these baddies, and then that's when Reen remembered. He figured something out. He figured something important out that allowed him to become his ultra instinct self. Reen discovered the power of self-respect. Much like Scott Pilgrim. Then, from there, he just went berserk. Well, not berserk, that's not the right word. More like ultra instinct. He was very much himself, carrying Alphen through the whole experience, only for the final confrontation to occur between Crow and Reen. And we did this in hand-to-hand combat, which apparently Reen's a little bit better at. Unfortunately, something about going full ham, as it were. He went goblin mode. He went ogre mode. It was all ogre for Crow there. Yep. Reen definitely ate some Crow that right after defeating Crow, because he lost his powers right when like things were about to get heated up. Between what's the guy's name? Number 1 Ouroboros. He's got a couple of names. McBurn, yeah, but he's got another one. And it is occurring to me just now that the Ouroboros, need to learn to emphasize the correct syllable. The Ouroboros have an ongoing set of things going on. Their plan that they're calling the Phantasmal Blaze, if I'm not mistaken. And I wonder if that's a reference to McBurn at this point. If he is the Blaze. Isn't that the name of the operation? Phantasmal Blaze? Yeah. Something conflagration. I don't know. Yeah. The almighty conflagration. So I'm starting to maybe connect some dots. Maybe. MC Burn, my favorite rapper. So we finally we ended the stream shortly after the rest of class 7 and the teachers and assistants showed up. All of the butlers and the maids and their servants 3 showed up, and Oliver was there, and the Divine Blade was there, right? That's the name of Laura's father, right? The Blade Master, Radiant Blade Master, not Divine Blade, because that's Estelle's dad, right? Yeah. It wasn't the okay. I'm glad, generally getting my way there. I'm slowly but surely putting it all together. I should just make a compilations of these recaps and call it Trails, an overview of Trails in the to Azure, or no, Trails of Cold Steel 2, according to Super Derek. And it's just me telling a story of Trails of Cold Steel. Like, poorly. Really poorly. So anyways, following all that, it was declared a stalemate. And then we all decided to have some tea. But in actuality, what was her name? Vita Clotilde showed up and basically said, now, children, no partying. Not while Dad's out. You can't break into the booze cabinet this time. So we all had to go our separate ways, and we departed upon the red, the crimson, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the new one is called. The new red ship, the Courageous. Yeah, that's the one. The Courageous. I'm trying to remember what ship it was modeled after again, but I can't. I've lost it. The Arsail. Yeah. So the red Arsail, but I'm not going to call them the Red Wings because that's Final Fantasy. All right, we're getting there. All right, I think that's it. And that's where we hit a save point, and I was tired, and I'm like, it's time to go to bed. So now it is time for us to wake back up into the world of Trails of Cold Steel 2. Yeah. The intermission has ended. There we go. Oh, and Jagars, by the way, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here, man. Sorry I didn't see that this was your first chat, but hey, good to have you. All right, that is all. I'll return to my state of inactivity. Okay.
Thanks for all you've done, Valimar. I'll be counting on you if anything else comes up.
Acknowledged. Prepare yourself for your next encounter with the Azure Knight, my awakener.
Don't worry.
Ah, yes. So that was one of the other things that came up in the discussion between Crow and Reen, is that we need to get ourselves a larger-than-life Tachi. So, hey, pleb again, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, we need to get ourselves a Tachi. So I wonder if that's going to be one of the objectives here pretty soon, is to get Valimar one of his Eastern-style blades.
We lost last time, but I know that's not all I'm capable of. As long as we're all together, I know I can get stronger.
It maybe at that size, that'd be an Otachi, huh?
I eagerly await your results.
Looks like he went to sleep.
So, this is what the Great Ashen Knight looks like up close, huh?
I don't know, Blebigan. That's a good question.
I've heard all manner of rumor about it, but I never expected I'd stand in the presence of a legend.
Ah, Matthew Mercer again as Prince Olivert. Pleasure as always.
I can't possibly begin to thank you enough.
Hey, Mac, good to see you.
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come to my aid. Thank you. Really.
I think we would have just taken a dive for it. It's worked out for other people in the past.
And that goes for everyone else, too. Thanks for coming to rescue me, guys.
We're just happy you're okay.
Just don't scare us like that again, alright?
True. We were all on edge waiting for you to get back.
Senpai noticed me?
Hey, Concussed Gamer, thank you so much for that resubscription. Thank you for 2 months of continued support. Very much appreciated.
And yet you somehow managed to come out unscathed with Her Highness in tow.
Yeah.
You make it sound like it was easy.
Hmm.
Well, easy or not, it was worth going on board. I got plenty of useful info out of it. So funny enough, I'd say their invitation worked to my benefit more than theirs.
I guess there's no harm in looking at the positives now that all's said and done.
Look at you, acting mature and all grown up. Brings a tear to my eye.
Looks like we have some catching up to do.
I'd like to follow Reen's lead and extend my thanks to each of you as well.
Excellent.
And
Push the
dear
button.
brother, it's a relief to see you safe and sound. Though I never pictured my great escape would end with you in this airship of all things.
We did time our appearance fabulously, if I do say so myself. My only regret is that we weren't able to blow in with a storm of rose petals when we boarded them.
Oh, that would have been wonderful.
Perhaps I should have asked Emma to look into the feasibility of making such a magnificent entrance.
Oh man, that would have been so cool!
It really woulda.
Well, it's probably not impossible.
Now you're just being silly.
Sounds about right for our prince.
Well, at the very least, I'd say we're clear of any immediate danger. And given this opportunity, I'd like to sit down with you to discuss our situation and exchange any pertinent information. But first, I think we have a few more reunions to celebrate.
Reen!
Toa! George! I thought I heard your voices when we started flying away from the Pantagruel. So you were on board too?
You bet. Good to see you, Reen.
Whoa!
It's really you. You're really okay. No sooner had we found out that you were still alive, we got told you had been taken by the Alliance. We've been so worried about you.
I'm a real troublemaker, aren't I? Sorry, Toa. But I'm glad to see you and George made it out okay. Everything I've said to you has been at the back of my mind ever since we parted ways in Trista. And it's kept me going every step of the way. So, thank you.
Oh. You remembered. You promised me you wouldn't die. And you didn't. And then there was the promise you made during the festival after party. You said that next year you'd work to make the Academy even more wonderful than it is now. We still need to work on that one, but I know you're not the kind of guy who'd go back on his word.
See? Reen's a guy you can count on. Nice to see you're holding up okay. Still can't believe you made it through all that fighting in Trista in one piece, but... well, here you are.
Good to see you again, George. But how'd you two end up on the Courageous to begin with?
We'll bring you up to speed once we all sit down for our meeting.
That's a good question.
There's a conference room on one of the upper floors. We can meet there when you're ready.
Yeah. Fee who? I mean, Fee is unforgettable as far as, like, well, any stretch of the imagination, but I do like Toa quite a bit.
The Courageous began its independent operations right before Heimdall was first occupied. I realized what the Alliance was planning, so I gathered a skeleton crew, met with Viscount Arcade, and we hurried straight to Trista, where we found your classmates locked in combat with the Azure Knight.
I see. That explains why you were in Trista.
I shudder to think what would have happened if not for the Courageous' timely appearance. What have you been doing since then, Father? I hadn't heard anything about your whereabouts until now.
Eventually, we were able to shake off the Azure Knight's pursuit. And we've been traveling around the country ever since, preparing to find you and take you on board.
George and I haven't been here long. The principal managed to get in touch with the Courageous without anyone noticing and sent us here.
Yeah, the raid happened at the end of the last stream. It was a lot of fun. Hey, Riku! Good to see you.
We did?
I hope he's still alright. By the way, what happened to Major Vander? You two are always joined at the hip.
It's a good question also.
Alas, he is currently indisposed. His military obligations have him heading up the 7th Armored Division in Western Erebonia. They're working with your former instructor, Major Nightheart, as well.
With him too?
Hey!
Welcome to the Super Friends.
Hey, Priskish? Welcome to the stream. If I mispronounced the name, let me know. Welcome to the Super Friends as well. Good to have you here.
So he's over in the west now.
I should have known the 4th Armored Division's ace wouldn't get his ass kicked so easily.
Oh, right. Dad said he'd heard from him too, remember?
Still, the west side of the country contains Marquis High Arm Sutherland Province.
High Arms.
Along with Duke Cayenne's Lemaire Province. The fighting there would no doubt be even more fierce than it is here in eastern Erebonia.
Correct. A large percentage of the Imperial Army's military strength still remains intact.
I'm curious to see what would happen if we interacted with Patrick at this juncture in time.
But the Noble Alliance forces' constant attacks have put them at a disadvantage. On top of that, a number of townships in the region have been caught in the crossfire and suffered great losses.
That's terrible.
I'd heard as much, but it still pisses me off to hear it.
With the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions occupied on the eastern side of the country, one can only assume the Noble Alliance intends to use that as an opportunity to crush the forces in the west.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. I bet the army in the west is putting up a pretty good fight by themselves.
It's too early to call things just yet.
An astute assessment. The situation in the Western Theater could change at a moment's notice.
Right. But that means we're uncertain what course to pursue now. And having said that, we have a question to pose to all of you. The question, really.
He's proposing?
With the whole of the Empire caught in the throes of civil war, what exactly do all of you intend to do from here on out?
Us?
We were in the midst of discussing that when Rean was taken to the Pantagruel, in fact.
It's a different question.
This is a full-on war, and our fellow Erebonian countrymen stand on both sides. No one here is delusional enough to think that a group of students like us are capable of stopping it by ourselves. Still, during our field studies, we found ourselves up against the problems this nation faces again and again. And because we have that experience, I believe there's a place for us to change things in all this. A part only we can play. We may not be able to compete head-on with the Alliance, but together, we can move things in the right direction for Erebonia as a whole.
That was wonderful, Rean.
You still haven't said what you want to do, though.
Still, we aren't all gathered here for the same reasons. Be it rescuing Elise or settling things with Crow, we've all got something that we personally want to accomplish. But accomplishing those things won't be possible with the situation as it stands. And that's why, no matter how stacked the odds are against us, or how fierce the fighting becomes, we want to put everything we have into making all the difference we possibly can, in whatever way we can. I think I speak for everyone in Class 7 when I say that.
You bet.
That's still like that is an admirable goal. Not very actionable, if I can say so myself.
I agree completely.
We
Thanks,
may all
Elisa.
come from different walks of life, but this time, that can work for us.
Exactly. We have something no one else does, and because of that, we can do things no one else can. And what kind of class would we be if we didn't take advantage of that to protect the people and things we love?
As well as find our own answers to the questions we have looming over us.
As Reen said, however big or small it is in the long run, we have a place in this war, and we have every intention of following it.
Great. What do you want to do, though?
Sounds like it'll be a pain, though.
No biggie. We're class 7. Throw in a few of Reen's trademark speeches and we're raring to go.
Touche.
Look at you kids.
You all sound like you've really thought long and hard about this.
I mean, yeah, it does, but okay.
That's the class 7 I'm proud to serve. And you guys aren't the only ones who feel that way. Everyone at Thor's has something to bring to the table. Remember the Academy's motto? Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was what Principal Van Dyke said to us at the welcoming ceremony.
The words of Dreichel's the Lionheart serve to inspire us to this day, it would seem.
Of course. They ring as true as ever.
It's like you didn't even have to think about it. You guys just knew.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourselves. And it's true that Thor students are scattered all over the country right now.
Is Subaru's English VA by Sean Chiplock?
But I'm sure that each and every one of them are fighting too, and they feel the exact same way that you guys do.
Cool. I bet he would do a really good job. I listened to it when it was like simulcasting, so no dub for me.
I understand. Your Highness.
Does
Hey,
this mean
Juden!
that you like me?
Gosh dang, Juden, can you believe it's been 27 months? I, for one, cannot believe how quickly time flies. Welcome back, buddy.
Indeed. I figured you would have already given it some thought, but I wasn't expecting such a stirring conviction.
I mean, conviction to do what, though? I mean, it's really bugging me. It's really bugging me, because it's like, what do you want to do? We have an obligation and an ability to do things nobody else can. Great. What do you want to do?
But I think this at least settles the matter of what course to take. If you would do the honors, Captain.
Okay, and here's where they're going to say, here's what you need to actually do. Good try, though,
As
kids.
you wish. We're about to do something neither side would ever expect us to do. We're going to entrust this ship to you. From here on out, the Courageous is yours to command as you see fit.
What?
What? Father, would you mind elaborating?
Oh, perfect response to that.
It means exactly what it sounds like.
Elliot is my self-insert in this game. Everybody else thinks Rain is the self-insert character. No, Elliot is the normal person who's just like, what? That is not a good idea.
The operation of this ship will be left entirely to your discretion.
Yeah.
I imagine your journey to make a difference in this war needs a home base to begin from.
Well, yes, but...
But then what will you do?
We plan to disembark and make our way to the western provinces. Once there, we'll begin working with the 7th Armored Division and the other neutral forces in the region.
I mean, dude, when I was their age, do you know how many cars I got? Like, I scratched the hell out of my car when I was like 16, 17. I was not the best driver of my own vehicle, let alone somebody else's, like, yacht. State-of-the-art mega yacht.
The intention is to ensure that as few innocents as possible are harmed by this conflict.
All right, granted, I was a little different than these guys at their age, I suppose. Just slightly, though.
I was actually worried this airship might prove a bit too conspicuous to aid us in pursuing that goal. But with us headed west, we'd be leaving all of Eastern Erebonia in your hands.
I see. That does make the most logical sense.
Kinda. If we've got the Courageous, we could give our third faction some real weight. Neither side could afford to ignore us.
I mean, at 16, 17 in this world, people are pretty much cops. So, literally even if we consider Tio in the mix.
I'm not even sure the guild could come up with a plan this wild.
Well, it's fair to say I've learned a lot from the way the guild's members handle things, yourself included. Oh, and Alphen?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you to remain on board the Courageous as well. This ship is technically the property of the Arner household, fathers in particular. It should give them a certain freedom to act if they have concrete backing from a member of the Imperial family.
I'd be happy to.
Huh. Okay.
Henceforth, I, Princess Alphen Raisay Arnor, will guarantee the legitimacy of their actions. So do whatever you see fit to do. You have my full support.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Wow!
We are truly honored to have you with us.
No turning back now.
Yeah, seriously.
Good to know there, fifth in line. Maybe I should, actually. Give me something to do.
Hereby humbly accept custody of the Courageous.
Please, leave Eastern Arabonia to us.
We'll be counting on you then.
I'm looking forward to toasting your future successes.
We look forward to toasting your ship. On that day, Class 7 was entrusted with the day-to-day runnings of the Courageous. Viscount Arsaid and Prince Olivert decided they would disembark near Legram to travel to Western Arabonia across the lake. And after receiving the bare minimum of instructions on how to operate the ship, oh gosh, its bright-eyed new owners set out the course for Ebel Highway. I've now reached the Suikoden arc of Cold Steel 2. I thought we were already there. Like, I thought it started that way. It started with get the band back together, for one. And now it's... like... Oh, but is it because we have access to everybody now?
I'm you in charge of the Courageous's day-to-day operations. I don't doubt you'll make a fine acting captain.
It would be an honor.
Why do I get the feeling she'll be adorable in that oversized captain's hat? Yeah, okay, I was right. So, how do I look? Wow, it really does suit you. Yeah, the size is just right, too. Sure. Fortunately, I had a spare on hand that was a smaller size. I don't think it is, Viscount Arsaid. I don't believe you. That is quite fortunate. You're kind of... You're kind of like a cute mascot. Like a human Mishi. Perhaps we should capitalize on this opportunity with an irresistible line of Captain Toa merchandise. That sounds like a wonderful idea. No, you two are terrible. Gotta say, the hat's a nice touch, Toa. It really suits you. Yep, you definitely look the part of captain with it. I think things will be just fine in here in our absence. Yeah, you guys won't be needing us around much longer. You guys are taking off then? You'll be disembarking with the father, yes? Yeah, it was nice to help out you guys to get back together again, but now that you are, there's not much use in me sticking around. With the situation to the west, what it is, I decided to help out over here instead. I intended to return to commanding the RMP. I believe that that's the best way I can contribute to bringing this war to an end. We understand. Bye-bye, Claire. If you bump into Lecter somewhere, make sure you say hi for me. I'll be sure to do so. I have been entrusted with a number of research tasks by Chairman Irina, as it so happens. So this is farewell for me as well now. That doesn't sound shady at all. But, well, stay safe, all right? Whether you're a member of Ouroboros or not, it'll never change that you are our family's maid. Oh my. I'm touched to hear you say so. Please, my lady, take care of yourself. Still, let's keep in touch, okay? I'm gonna keep gathering as much info as I can through the Guild's intelligence network. It's not like Erebonia is the only place where strange stuff's going down. True. I'm particularly concerned about what's happening over in Crossbell. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. Give my regards to Miles. You go. Know it. Thanks for everything that you've done for us. I'm sure that I'm sure that we wouldn't even have been able to get this far if not for your help. Hey, no need to get all stiff all of a sudden. You're embarrassing me. We may be working separately from now on, but I intend to do all I can to aid you in the future. Take care, everyone.
Reen, this is just a little parting gift from me. It's always come in handy for me when I was in a pinch, so I hope it'll help you out too.
Received the Quick Caliber S.
Thanks, Toval. You've done a lot for us.
Oh, yeah.
It always felt like you were looking out for me, even when it came to my future.
Think nothing of it. You kids are the future, after all.
Emma is gonna be such a beast.
But remember, this is where it starts getting serious.
I mean, even more so than she already is.
Get yourself through this war in one piece. Find something you want to dedicate your life to. And hey, if you ever decide you want to follow the same path Sarah and I did, you'll be welcomed with open arms, okay?
I'll be sure to give it some thought.
Okay. Knock it off with the scouting.
Well then, it's time we bid you all a fond farewell for now.
I do think I would be very happy if Reen ends up becoming a bracer down the line.
Chin up, Alphen. I'm counting on your charm to keep everyone motivated.
May the goddess be with you.
I look forward to the stories you'll have to tell when next
I mean,
we meet, Lord.
it's like a story tale ending that tells itself, right?
Good luck, Father.
This is the part of the game where doing all the free day quests and Cold Steel 1 pays dividends. Hope you remember random students from Thor's.
Well, there they go.
In one really very expensive airship.
Think they'll be okay on their own?
Only the goddess herself knows for certain. Still, with some already calling this a second advent of the War of the Lions, I can only hope they make it through unscathed.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all be just fine. They don't bear the symbol of the horned lion for show.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
The symbol of the horned lion?
And the same goes for me, too. I can't very well call myself a Thor's alumnus and fail to deliver.
I don't think I know the significance of the horned lion as it relates to what she was just saying. Okay, it's the symbol of Thor's. Okay, I gotcha. Which was founded by Dreichels, right? So it's like they're wearing the symbol of Dreichels. Okay, so that's the significance of the horned lion specifically. There. Sorry. Had to kick off my slippers.
Well, aren't we birds of a feather? Proud Thor's graduates unite. I'll be in touch with them plenty in the coming weeks, so don't worry. The old guard will do as it must to keep watch over the young and vigilant. Speaking of the old guard, Chancellor Osborne was also a Thor's graduate, was he not?
That old guy?
Yes,
I guess that
he
tracks.
was.
Sorry to say, I can't picture it.
Was he now?
He and I may have had our differences, but I still feel a certain loss with his passing.
I wonder if Olivert was also an attendee of Thor's. Or did he have his own... No, I mean, he definitely did have a relationship with the headmaster, so they did say that in one. Okay, I thought I remembered that, but I don't trust my own myself.
I'd like to express my condolences to you while I have the chance.
I'm afraid I never had the chance to truly get to know him. But there's no doubt in my mind that he was one of the greatest men of our time.
Thank you.
Still, it must be tough for you with Heimdall under the Alliance's thumb. Were you able to find out where his funeral was held?
Actually...
Captain?
Is something amiss?
It's just that I received a strange report on that very issue. I was told his body was taken into the custody of the Imperial Guardsmen when the city was occupied. But then after that, it simply disappeared at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Disappeared, you say?
Yeah. Rumors of his death appear to have been greatly exaggerated.
Is it possible the reformist faction could have taken it from them?
I'm afraid I don't know. It is possible that the intelligence division did something to that effect.
A disappearing corpse is certainly cause for concern. It's difficult not to draw parallels with the Lance Maiden's sudden death following the War of the Lions.
Unbelievable. I'm almost impressed how much trouble one man can stir up, even from beyond the grave. He had so many plots in motion, I doubt even his death put a stop to them all.
Oh, that sounds foreboding. Emphasis on that line was given by the black screen. It really wants you to dwell on that. Concussed Gamer, is that why I want to say "oh God" every time he does something on screen?
No change in weather or wind direction since entering Kreutzen provincial airspace.
Every time Chancellor Osborne's on screen, everybody says, "Oh, Jesus Christ." Hey, Narukami, welcome to the stream.
We are currently cruising at a speed of 3,000 SPH. Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. She's a real natural at this.
Yeah, it's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
You're not wrong.
It's just one of her many charms.
You're also not wrong.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease knowing she's in charge. So, today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Better have Toa in charge than Sarah, am I right?
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it. Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way.
Isn't Toa also in Tokyo Xanadu?
And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still, I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing from tomorrow onward.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But, in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Like an alternate universe Toa. It's not like Toa from this timeline.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
Care to share your thoughts on this, instructor?
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want. I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got off.
You slacker.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but...
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the Arcade School of Courtsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
I was kidding. In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous was entrusted to you kids, not to me.
That's a good question, Xeniko. Maybe Maybe I should find out at some point.
If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
Getting back to the matter at hand,
That sounds pretty positive.
we don't need to decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now?
That sounds like a great idea, Toa.
Come again?
I assume what would be our overall goal. Something realistic that we can all work together towards.
Something smart, if you will. Something specific.
And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it?
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
We were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time, too.
When you break it down step by step, we did so much without even realizing it. And we may have our own personal goals right now, but if we can wrap those up into one overarching goal, it won't seem half as much.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself, then?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I wonder what's happening there.
Toa, George, the Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country. Now, most of the upper-class students chose to stick it out, though. They've got no reason to fear the Alliance, being nobles and all.
All right, then. I think our what should be taking back the Academy.
Yeah. Small soldier style.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
I don't know about that. I mean, the Courageous is a pretty proper base, if I may say so myself.
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
Hey, Andrew. How's it going, dude? Welcome.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
No doubt. It's near the capital, so its defenses are going to be rock solid.
Still, I like it. What goal is more worthy of us than reclaiming something we hold so dear?
Indeed. Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity.
Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
we were thinking of something along the same lines, in fact, so it works out. And hey, if we all thought about it, what's to stop the others from Thors from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the Academy, why not go and ask them to join us? I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep an eye out.
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the moment, but it's not like this is their full-time job. I'm sure our current staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
I know the feeling, actually.
Toa, you're so infectious. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up,
Can't disagree with Toa.
we'll use the Courageous as our base, and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia. Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we can, all for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's military academy.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly my plan, Nixu. Well, I suppose what we need to decide next is where we should head for first. Yeah, We don't have any places we can go at the wait. We don't have many places we can go at the moment, but there's Legram, Ymir, and the Nord Highlands. We were able to land on the 4th Armored Division's base too, right? Yeah, I asked Dad about it yesterday, and he's fine with it. Probably better for us to swing by them all of them at once, at least, really. Oh, almost forgot. Prince Oliver sent you a few requests to take care of. He did? Oh, joy. The details are all right behind you. Behind us? Ah, there's an orbital computer here. I've only ever really used one in class. No need to fear. Technology doesn't bite. Plus, it'd be easier in the long run if you grab stuff from there. So, go on, take a look. Sure. Oh, lucky us. These were made by the Epstein Foundation, so they're identical to the ones we use in class. There we go. Something popped up. Yeah, that's how Windows work, Reen. So this is how everything's displayed. Gotta love it. The Intelligence Division has some of these too, I think. Alright, badass in danger. Patchery's in trouble. Those damn noble soldiers, they... Damn it. I'll tell you at the end in Legram, okay? Hurry up and get over here from cargo. A civilian we had taken into our protective custody has vanished. Would you be willing to offer us a few more sets of eyes to look for him? Speak with me for further details. Craig. Find our first years. I've figured out a few of Thor's students are... where they are. I know it's important to get them to join us, but I just want to make sure the first years are safe. You'll be checking on Monica, Mint, Casper, and Vivi. I'm sure they'd all make great additions to the crew. The terminal on the bridge will tell you where you can find them. Thanks. Toa. Monster madness. A large mysterious monster has appeared on the Highlands. We would ordinarily have asked Lacan to take care of it, but he's out on patrol and can't be reached. Would you be willing to defeat these for us in our stead? If so, you can find me talking with Gwyn in Lakeside Cabin. Yes. There's one from Nord, one from Legram, one from Guerrilla Proving Ground. Seems like we've got plenty of work in store for us all over the country. And now I wish it were my imagination, but I think I saw a depressingly familiar name on one of them as well. I'm kind of worried about the one Dad sent us. And I think we can ignore that unusual... we can ignore that unusual monster that's appeared. I don't think we can ignore it either. There's... Prince Oliver took the time to... took the time to gather and send these all of us himself? Wow! How did he manage to do that? He just left for Western Arabonia. He's a guy with plenty of connections, especially through the Bracer Guild. He said he's gonna keep finding stuff like that, and he thinks we can handle and send it your way. How many do you think you'll end up, how many you end up doing is up to you, but I recommend taking care of the more urgent ones at least. Understood. I don't think any of us mind one bit. Indeed. It helps bring focus to our goals of touring the region and preparing those in need. Yeah. With that being said, I would assume checking the safety of our fellow Thor students is our top priority. I took the liberty of giving you that one myself. We're slowly getting information that could be the information on where other Thor students could be. Anytime we find something, we'll update the computer, and who knows, maybe they'll be willing to join us too. How convenient. I'm suddenly very grateful for those classes. Guess we'll be checking in on this pretty often. Well, I think it's almost everything. When you've decided where you want to go first, let me know, okay? Oh, and George is hard at work setting up the orbital factory in the ship's hold. If you need any modifications made to your Arcus or any quartz, you can sort those out there. While you're at it, it's worth checking out the facilities on board too. It's not much now while we're short on staff, but I'm sure any students you recruit will get creative with their space. Might as well. Still, do you guys mind if we figure out who's going to be making up our activities when we disembark first? Actually, if we're going to do that now, would you mind including me? I'd like to see the strange monster from the Highlands request myself. I don't mind at all. That sounds fair. I can come with you if you need a hand too. You just let me know if I'm needed, okay? Thanks, instructor. Now, let's see. It's temporarily not possible to remove Gaius from the party. Well, guess I know what quest is taking priority first, huh? Well, let's see. I'll definitely bring Emma, definitely bring Fee, Laura. And let's bring Elisa as well, just because she needs experience. Okay, let's get going. Right! Let's go, go, go! Or stay, 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 if you will. The Awakening Lions. I should probably do as the instructor recommends and tour the facilities on board at least once before disembarking. There's not much, but it'd be smart to go see George in the ship's hold and pay Valimar a visit. Might be a good idea to see Princess Alphen too. You can now view students' info tab of your notebook. Alright, let's start over here. Nope. I guess we'll start here at the start, right? I guess there's not really any... So that's a bunch of normies. Let's talk to Toa. It's been too long. Oh, by the way, there's something I heard right before I left the academy that you might find interesting. Apparently there's a number of second years at Thor's out there trying to fight the Alliance. Really? Yeah, supposedly after helping the first years escape, they split up and spread out across the country. They've been on the move ever since and trying to set up Arcus relay devices wherever they can. Wow, I can believe it though. Our second years are pretty tough. And don't you forget it. But seriously, if you find them, I'm sure they'd be a great asset to our cause. There's a chance you'll run into them in a populated area, but I'm guessing you'll probably have better luck on the highways. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Toa. I'm here if you need someone to talk to or if you just want some advice. But at the end of the day, don't forget, Prince Oliver entrusted the Courageous to you kids, not to me. I don't think you have to worry about that. Our field studies really drove home the importance of being able to think and act on our own now. Since this is as good a chance as any for us to put those practical lessons to use. Huh, then I suppose I need say no more. Show me the value of Class 7's education and make me proud. Alright. Let's start on the first floor and just work our way up to the 5th. You know, maybe, Concussed Gamer, imagine a game about crystals and their elements, but the goal is actually to destroy them all. That would be a fun twist. Nice. So this is where that Orbital factory is. I could see myself coming here pretty often. George said he brought the Orbital bike here on board the Emir too. From Emir too. Maybe it's here. Either way, I want to thank him while I'm down here. Like any other Orbital factory, you can forge weapons and synthesize quartz. Simply speak to George and he will fulfill all requests. As this area also happens to be the most spacious part of the Courageous, it's also where Valimar and the Orbital bike are stored. Eventually, both of those will be customized as well. What? I get to customize the bike in Valimar. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That makes me so happy. Hey George, everything going okay here? Yeah, the Orbital factory is all ready for us to use. So if you need any work done on your Orbins, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks. I'll be sure yeah, I'm sure we'll be taking you up on that very soon. By the way, you're the one who brought the orbital bike on board, right? Guilty as charged. I figured it'd come in handy at some point. It was still in good condition thanks to Eustace, but I did make a few modifications to it. Modifications? Like what? Oh, I changed a few parts so they'll be better suited for riding off the road. So now you should be able to ride it on rougher terrain. Feel free to take it for a spin sometime. We can ride whenever we want. Really? Really. Even if it were to break down or something, it wouldn't be hard to come and collect it with the Courageous. So go ahead and have fun riding it around. Thanks. I've got a feeling it'll come in handy. And to be honest, just the thought of getting to ride it all around the country gets me really excited. Angelica would be proud. Oh, and just one thing about that sidecar we added to it. It was roughed up pretty bad during the attack at the academy. Sorry. I can fix it for sure, but it's gonna cost a lot of Mira to buy all the materials. So you'll have to go without it for a while, at least until we have the funds to repair it anyway. Oh, that's a shame. It is, but what can you do? Oh, and one other thing about the bike. What would you say to giving it a brand new paint job? A paint job? Yeah, I saw the specialized feature on an automotive magazine about painting those recently. I thought it might be kind of fun to give it a shot ourselves, you know? We've got the perfect test subject. I can easily set up a station over there. Why not give it a go and see if you're interested? Yes! I see. That does sound interesting. Yeah, I'll give it a shot once you're all set up. That sounds fun. You can now ride the orbital bike by pressing the square button on the highway. Yep. Press square button twice in succession on highway to... Okay. Circle. Dismount. Yep. Cool. You can now customize the color of the orbital bike. Okay. Alright, where do I... I want to customize the bike. I want to see what options I have available. Alright, standard coloring, cool. How do I change it? It needs to be changed. There's DLC bike things. Oh, I am very much interested. So it's in the DLC side? Free trial set? What? Unpack the costumes? It's part of the costumes? You have to buy them from George. Green's unspeakable costume. What are the unspeakable costumes? What? Bro, that's cool. That's not as cool. Yeah, that's let's just stick with that. That is cool. Oh, it's all tattered and stuff though on the bottom. That's a little bit lame. There's deep lore associated with those costumes. Alright, yellow coloring, sidecar unit. Not a fan of either of those. Murakumo. Time Elemental Master Quartz attacks crafts sometimes deal critical damage. How do I upgrade? Oh, here it is. There. There. Let's do that. All right. So we'll go with that for now. It's a shame that there's not more cool stuff you can do with the bike right away, but that's okay. Oh yeah. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, Alvaro. There's a ton of stuff on this floor. I should probably take a look and see what's on offer. Oh, Blade. Blade, you can play Blade 2. This ship's so fancy. There's so much I can see. So much to see. I can't even decide on where to start. I mean, I would if this thing had a chef. I was hoping for some tasty grub. Well, we're flying with a skeleton crew for now. Chefs aren't exactly essential on a ship compared to, say, engineers. But that's why we need to get to work recruiting students. The more we get, the better the courageous. Makes sense when you put it that way. Makes me kind of jealous at the nobles, though. I bet the Pantagruel's got some real top-class chefs on board. They gave you some super fancy food when they got on board, right? How was it? It's not like I could really enjoy it that much, given the whole hostage thing. Oh, I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask. Have you ever heard of something called the Black Workshop before? Huh? Hold on. Who told you about it? I figured she might. That Altina girl mentioned that to me. She said it was the place she belongs to. She also said they loaned her to the Alliance. Just what kind of place loans someone else to a girl? How much can I say here? Is the confidential info in the Intelligence Division file enough? That sounds like stuff you shouldn't be telling me, but sure. Well, we don't know where it is or anything, but it's a really unique arms workshop. They make weapons to order, but things they have in common is that they're all super powerful and super hard to use. You know, for terrorists, high-level Jaegers, customers like that. That huge rifle Crow used to shoot Gramps was probably made there too. You think? Oh, that was a pretty intense rifle. Well, it was designed to hit a target over 3,000 R's away from a pinpoint accuracy, and that's pretty nuts. Claire says it's the same one he used when he faked his own death back in the mine, too. But if they did make it, I wonder if that means that they're allied with the Alliance. That's a lot to take in. But why would a girl like Altina be affiliated with that place like that? Then there's the whole the whole Kalami Salami of hers. That's basically her personal Aragetlum. Wait a second. Does the Black Workshop make the combat shells or something? What about Aragetlum for that matter? Ding ding ding! Gramps used to do business with them through the intelligence division is what I hear, but about a year ago, I guess the contract with them just stopped. Lecter was trying to find out where the actual workshop was for a while, but he didn't have any luck. Is that so? Still, I bet we're gonna run into that girl and her Sammy sooner or later. I'm getting all kinds of rival vibes from them, you know? Me and Lammy have got to keep up with our training so we can beat them. We're gonna do 1,000 arm swings a day for 1,000,000 push-ups, and we're gonna get so buff you won't even know what hit ya. Just be sure those arm swings don't deck any... wait. Just be sure to do those arm swings on the deck and away from people you don't want to hit anymore. Now that I know more about the workshop, though, the more mysterious than ever. We might even need to add them to our foes to watch out for list right under Ouroboros. This ship's got everything you could ever want. But how's it compared to the Pantagruel? Oh, jeez. Laura, right? Not Lauren. Laura sipping some tea. I think we could probably manage that. All right, let's pull this up here. Notes. All right. Laura. Let me pull up a reference photo of Laura. Like, I know her basic, but yeah, let's just pull up a reference photo because it couldn't hurt to have the finer details available. Okay, all right. 60-second sketch of Laura sipping tea. How does one draw Laura holding anything other than a sword? It's tricky. All right, let's try this out. What? Wrong button. Make sure. Oh. All right. Yeah, it's just colored the ribbon in black there. Okay, I totally ran out of time here, trying to get some semblance of a likeness. Did not work out super well, but there she is, Laura, drinking some tea. just shrink that on down there. Thank you for the sketch request. That's a nice little fun one there. All right, let's put the notes away for now. Thank you for that. Well, the Pantagruel's bigger and more luxurious, but the Courageous matches it step for step in terms of facilities, and it's more mobile. Got a cooler sounding name, too. Thought so. And there's still some room to add more. Oh, that reminds me, I had a chance to sit and chat with those two Zephyr members a while I was on board. They weren't exactly the chattiest moods, of course, but it was pretty clear that they're still thinking about you. Well, that's nice. But you're my family now, and that's what's important. I'll find out what they're after I do it myself. I'll find out what they're after if I have to do it myself. You don't. We're all in this together, and we'll help you get your answers. There we go. All right. All of the ship's operating manuals are here and shockingly are relatively easy to understand. In fact, the biggest hurdle to reading them is extricating all of the other books that have been jammed in here. I think we can blame that on Prince Olivert. He doesn't really strike me as a particularly organized. Given the state of the game room across the hallway, I'd say that it's sugarcoating it. Maybe that's for the best. I was pretty nervous when I heard that we'd be looking after the military ship, but after seeing it in the state that the prince left it in, the pressure's off. Yeah, maybe this was all deliberate, like he's sending us a message saying that it's okay to relax and unwind sometimes. We obviously need to take our work seriously, but if he doesn't see any harm in taking a break, then neither do I. Yeah, Machias was trying to hit the books. And he just needs to leave the books alone. What did they ever do to you, Machias? What a well-stocked infirmary. All of the usual essentials like medicine and bandages are here in ample supply. Oh, that's good to know. As much as I hate to say it, we'll probably end up needing all of that. After all, we're dealing with a war here. Even I'm not optimistic enough that none of us will ever get hurt. That's true. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid losing anyone, even ignoring the tragedy of it. A loss like that would make taking on Crow and Vita nearly impossible. Yeah, you're right. There's another good reason to stay alive. Oh, look, it's Mr. Do-It himself. Guess you're too cool to... you care to support potential risk kicking your support out of the core, huh? Talk about holding a grudge. Hey, I'm sorry. Really, I am. You better be. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. You hear me? Sure, Emma's the most of my attention now, but when you're fighting in Valimar, I'm your support. I need to see just what you two are capable of, so don't count me out yet. I can live with that. Well, make sure that you don't start getting ahead of yourself. Oh, wait. We need to go to the shop. Oh. It's just juice and energy drinks. Yeah. 10 craft points. I'd say that's worth it for each. Are they orbital energy drinks? Is there any other kind of energy in this game? Okay, so the third is where we started. I think. Oh, no, it's not. You can access the front and rear decks from this floor. And it's where all the shops are. I'll probably see a lot of this place. The third floor contains a variety of facilities you can make use of, including shops and a room you can use to take a nap. Only one shop is available for now, but by recruiting Thor students, stuff happens. The aforementioned nap room allows you to rest and restore your HP and EP for free. But not your CP. Craft points gotta be restored manually. Elliot and I have been talking about what we need to do when we have the ship. Making sure everyone from Thor's is alive and well should definitely be one of our top priorities, if you ask me. I think it'd be helpful to have the entire lacrosse club on board, but the other students probably wouldn't hurt. The more, the better, in my book. We'll need as many able bodies as possible when it's time to make it back to Thor's too, so let's get everyone we can. Yeah! Hey, Elliot. Doing some violin maintenance, I see? Yeah, probably seems kind of strange, huh? I would have thought so too, but Prince Oliver changed my mind with a few choice words of encouragement. He said, "War or no, the power of music never weakens. If the path of a musician is truly what you aspire to, then even the way you fight should reflect that and be your own." Oh, that makes a lot of sense coming from Prince Oliver, too. He plays the lute, doesn't he? That's right. He's performed all over the country, even outside of it. I'm not exactly sure what he means about finding my own way to fight, but I'm gonna try to figure that out. Maybe if I just keep fighting once in a while and staying true to myself, the answer will just come to me. I sure hope it does. Oh. No, that's... Curious about the layout changes since you were last aboard. That's a fair bit of remodeling done in the hopes that it can operate even more efficiently. So take this chance to get familiar with what's here, and it'll pay off in the long run. Trust me. Kogurasamaru! Nice. Alright. Here, let's get Laura the new weapon too. And feed. And Emma. Oh, that'll decrease her arts strength, though. Probably because they need to upgrade it. What else do we have as far as stat boosting stuff? Not much. Guessing the items available will also change depending on the number of people we've recruited. Oh, hey. It's that hawk again. Zio, right? Yep. I was surprised to see him too, but he must have decided to find us. He seemed happy that we were all together again. This one, he's already voice acted. I don't need to do that. That makes two of us. My people revere hawks as sacred birds, so I think it may be a sign that the ship has the wind's blessing. The skies may be vast, but with the winds looking after us, we should be able to fly them with ease. Then I'm even happier with Zio here. I have to admit, I'm still worried about the request from Nord. I'll be with you every step of the way when you go to tackle it, so try and do so as soon as you can. I don't mean to rush you, but I need to see whatever strange monster is plaguing my homeland. Yep, he's already voice acted. I would no sooner talk over Matthew Mercer than would I try to outshine the scree of Zio. All right. 4th floor. Let's see what's here. The web shop. This floor is conference rooms for the royal room. The latter is exclusively for Princess Alphen, obviously, but I bet we'll be finding use for it the former quite a bit. About 4th floor facilities. Contains a number of useful facilities, including conference room, various training rooms. Oh, they're not weapon shops, they're training rooms. It also contains a royal room, which, as the name suggests, was designed for members of the imperial family on board. Right now, that's Princess Alphen. There are 3 training rooms, all in all, built in to train your close combat, ranged combat, and arts capabilities, respectively. These can't be used immediately, but you will be able to use them once you've recruited students capable of running them. Oh, well, let's go talk to Alphen real quick. If I were her, I'd be really lonely, cooped up all by myself again. Hello, Rain. Hello, Your Highness. What's that document you have there? Oh, it's just a little formality I need to go through before we really get started. It's to show that control of the ship has been temporarily passed from our family to you, and that you've been given the legitimate right to use it as you see fit. Oh, right. Well, if you need my help to cross any T's or dot any I's, let me know. You've been gracious enough to join us on this ship, so the least I can do is help you out in whatever way you need. Oh, don't worry. Half of being a member of the Imperial family is paperwork anyway. I can handle it on my own. Besides, you've helped me out more than enough already. Come to think of it, I never did thank you for saving me from the Pantagruel, did I? Properly, I mean. Thank you very much, Reen. I truly never expected that you would be my knight in shining armor. That's not something I need to be thanked for. Back in Ymir, I swore that I would rescue both you and Elise from the Alliance. I've completed half of that task now, and now I've got a job to finish. Now I've got to finish the job. Then let me help you with rescuing her. I'll be keeping a close eye on you all. While you see... I'll be keeping a close eye on you all the while to see if you're really... Sorry, there was a comma that should have gone there. Okay, all the while to see if you're really Order of the Phoenix Wings metal material. Ugh. What's this now? It's a very distinct, exclusive honor that my family only awards every few years to people who are really deserving of it. There are 3 medals in all: charity, love, and strength, awarded to people who exemplify said virtues. It's just as it so happens that, as the ship of the Imperial family, we have some of those medals on here, so I have them to give. That's remarkably convenient. Words are hard, especially when the punctuation is a little vague. So if you... I'm struggling regardless, but, you know, So, if you demonstrate your worthiness for any of those medals, I'd like to give them to you. Though, in your case, I'm sure it's more just a matter of when than if. I don't know if I'd say that. Still, it can't hurt to live up to those lofty expectations. But medals are no medals. The most important thing for me right now is rescuing Elise and helping you reunite with your family, too. Of course. You can now read about the Order of the Phoenix Wings in the Royal Room's bookshelf. All right. All good practice indeed. All right. All right, so I think we've done spoken with everybody so far there is to speak with. So let's choose a destination. No, before I go anywhere else, I should at least familiarize. I have! At the very least, I should go to the hold to visit Valimar. I did! And the Orbital Factory. I did! And Alphen. I did! Oh, I need to talk to Valimar. I was like there and I looked at Valimar, but I didn't talk to him. I didn't! That's what I tried to do when it said that I need to go talk to Valimar.
Greetings, Awakener.
Hey, Valimar. I take it your mana's recovered a little now?
Affirmative. It stands at 50% replenished. I see that a new power is awakened within you as well.
I don't know if I'd call it new, exactly. This power has always been within me, I just didn't understand what it was or why it was there. But thanks to everyone's help, it finally feels like a part of me, if that makes any sense. Still, I need to keep practicing using it. I can't have a repeat of what happened aboard the Pantagruel.
You appear to be aware of your own limitations. Much like how you learned to better synchronize with me through practice, humans must improve their specifications through similar means. You need only to work towards improvement, to giving optimal proficiency for the battles to come.
Huh. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I can't help but feel that one day this power will be useful to me as an awakener too. I won't be able to use it all the time, but if I do, I'll do what I can to get better at making use of it.
I look forward to it.
Reen can now use the S-Craft Spirit not S-Craft, just the craft. Spirit Unification! Using this craft allows Reen to unleash the power within him and fight for several turns in that state. Activating it cures all status abnormalities and increases Reen's strength in battle significantly. Yes. Now you can quick travel with the square button. Sweet. Alright, I think I've seen all the onboard facilities now. Now all that's left is to tell Toa where we're going next. Talking to Toa in the captain's chair will allow you to both select a destination and organize the party. Regardless of who is selected as Reen's support in battle, Reen will tour the Courageous alone. After landing, you can board the Courageous by pressing the square button to access the navigation menu, followed by the Start button. Note that this feature is not available in the dangerous select portions of the story. Of course. Checking and reporting quests. You can confirm stuff there and, report all your stuff, get the AP, cool, do stuff. That's the bracer board. Get it. You pop that and duo attack thing while linked to Laura and Boss's melt. Ooh. Sounds like fun. Destination? I think those are the only two places it'd be safe to go for now. Yeah, so let's head to Nord. Three free turns of Ogre-Reen. Nice. When you've decided what you want to do, let me know and I'll get you there. Will do. Thanks.
Where do you want to go?
Alright, let's start at Nord. Watchtower, or let's go to Lake Lacrima.
Full speed ahead!
I just kind of want to hurry up and get, well, full control over my party. It's not even so much about getting him out of the party. I just want to have full control of who is in my party, you know? You don't get it? He will need to be replaced by someone else. That's... Oh. You don't have full control until the end of the act. Okay. Well, in that case... one member is dictated at all times. Thank you. Alright. In that case, yeah, let's go to Guerrilla.
Where do you want to go?
It'd be nice if this was like...
Leave it to me!
Alright, I think I'm gonna change Reen back from his current outfit, though. I kind of like his default duds a little bit better. Store area. Oh, there's one of Thor's military students. Laura? And the rest of Class 7 too? Monica, it's so good to see you again. I'm so glad to see that you're safe and sound. Same to you. I've been so worried all this time. But I'm happy to see you were able to find the rest of your classmates. Yeah, we all finally got back together in Legram not too long ago, actually. But we didn't come to tell you that There's actually something we wanted to ask you. Reen explained that they were looking for other Thor's students to fight on the Courageous alongside of them. Me? Fight as part of the Courageous' crew? I'm glad you took the time to come out and find me, but I can't imagine I'd prove all that useful to you. I may be military academy student, but I'm not exactly a natural brawler, especially compared to you, Laura. You don't have to take up the sword to come fight with us, though. Reen's right. Even in the military, not every soldier stands on the front lines with a gun in hand. Success comes from all sorts of people making the most of their talents to strengthen the group as a whole. And speaking personally, having you with us would really put me at ease, allowing me to fight to my very best. Well, I have picked up on some skills helping out with basic cooking and some other basic tasks here at the camp. I don't know how much that knowledge will really be able to help, but I'll do all I can to help lend a hand with whatever needs doing on board. I look forward to having you on our side, Monica. Glad to have you along. Monica was welcomed aboard the Courageous. Thanks to the RMP, we were at least able to refresh our supplies somewhat. We don't usually get much in the way of new ingredients, though, so my biggest challenge is making use of what I have. It's worthwhile. The challenge keeps me busy. You're not wrong, pleb again. I don't know what it is that's making me so much worse than before, but hopefully it'll sort itself out. Ah, hey, Dire Fox, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here, man. Oh, it is a raid. Hey, Dire Fox. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, raiders. Hey, I'm Super Derek. I play a bunch of RPGs and then I get ready to review them over on YouTube. It is good to have y'all here. How have you been? And what were you streaming this evening? Here, let me throw out a quick shout-out command, if I may. There we go. Some Bayo 3. How was that? Alright, so... Let's see. It has sure been busy around here lately. No sooner does one operation wrap up that another one's just about ready to go. I'm getting by, though. It helps that I've got a list of good meals you can eat in one hand. To eat with one hand as you get to work. Oh, okay. This is one of my favorites. Why not try making it for yourself? Hey, tomato burger. That's good to have. I have very short on recipes. Cold Steel has definitely been treating me very nicely. I've really been enjoying it quite a bit. Scale of 1 to 10, what are we looking at for a rating at right this moment? At right this moment? On a scale of 1 to 10, that's tough, but I'm like... Okay, taking into account the last stream, I'm feeling like this is shaping up to be like 8 out of 10 material so far. But I'm feeling like, yeah, there's probably more ahead to make it even better.
Oh, hello there. Do you come regarding my request?
Yes, sir. You want us to help you find a missing civilian, right? Although it looks like you're busy with the meeting, should we come back a little later?
Please, don't hold back on our account.
We're certainly busy, but... but that's all the more reason to get this taken care of.
He's right. It was because we don't have the time to handle it ourselves that we called you out to begin with. What's more, wasn't it your platoon who took a civilian in to begin with, Gaul?
Yes, sir. My men were in charge of patrolling the area and taking any civilians found wandering into the safe custody. The one we called you here about was found wandering the highway a few days ago. After that, he remained in the base camp without causing any trouble until this morning when he simply disappeared. We haven't the faintest clue where he is now.
As I said earlier, we don't have time to look for him, but even so, we can't very well sit back and twiddle our thumbs. That's why we chose to call on you.
I see. It sounds like the perfect job for us. Yeah, fits us to a T.
My thoughts exactly. As such, I'd like to entrust you with the task. I'd like to entrust the task to you if you're willing. So how about it?
Yeah, we'll do it. I don't think this is something we could ignore in good conscience. So, we'd be happy to accept.
Excellent. I'll leave the finding him to you, Willen.
It's possible that someone here in the camp may have seen him leave. Perhaps asking around would be a good place to start. We'll do just that.
Other than that, I'll leave it to you to decide how best to approach this. But if the provincial army decides to attack, withdraw, or to safety immediately. Understood?
Yes, sir. All right. All right. So, yeah. Down southwise is the person who might have seen where that person went. I'm curious, if the person we're looking for in particular is... You're looking for the civilian who was here, I believe. I hope his sudden disappearance doesn't confirm the suspicions I had about him being a spy. I'm not sure there's much evidence pointing in that direction right now, but either way, do you remember what you saw him last? Just this morning, actually. He was standing off in the corner of the camp, muttering to himself. Couldn't make out what he was saying, but it seems like he was looking for someone. That doesn't give us much to go on. That would prove helpful in finding him. Okay. There was somebody right outside the door also? Oh yeah, you're right, there was. Oh. Hey, Rex. Oh, sup, guys? Long time no see. Rex? This is the last place I thought I'd find you. You wouldn't believe it. But I've been following the Imperial Army around and getting up-close photos of the war. But yeah, I hear the stuff's been you guys have been getting up to is even crazier. Oh, you've heard? Sounds like you've been putting in a lot of legwork. Anyway, given that we just happened to run into each other, you know what we're doing, want to join the Courageous? Me? On the Courageous? Seriously? We could always use more people. The more the merrier. You really know how to tempt a guy. But nah, I'll pass. Maybe another day. Nah? What do you mean, nah? Look, I've put a lot of thought into what I can do to help out this country when it's slowly sinking to hell like this. And then I realized I'm a cameraman. With all the media control, I'm one of the few people who can capture the truth of this war. And I just can't do that. And I can do that way better on the battlefield next to the Army and the RMP than I could on the Courageous. Sorry. I see. You've clearly given your choice a lot of consideration. I respect that. Hard to believe the person in front of me is the same boy who once even tried to snap a picture of girls back at Thor's. Cool. We done here? Good luck with your stuff, though. It's been neat to follow. I'll be doing my thing down on the ground. All right, then. Just don't get too gutsy out there on the battlefield. Hey, thanks, Dire Fox. I appreciate it, man. As indicated by Pleb again, for some reason, I've been struggling with a slight bout of dyslexia lately, but I'm glad that you're enjoying them anyway. You're looking for the civilian who is here, sirs. He spent most of his time wandering around the camp. Always struck me as a man who would inadvertently stumble into trouble. Really? Do you have any idea where he could have gone? I'm afraid not. I wish I could be a little more helpful. All right, then. Thank you for your time. All right. Proving Grounds shop. There's something over there. I still haven't spotted Monk, but I'll keep an eye out for him. You're looking for a civilian, right? Yes. He did come around every time we were serving a meal. He seemed kind of pitiable, really. Spilled his soup a few times and always gave this odd, insincere smile when he did. Oh, right. Do you remember where you saw him around last? This morning's breakfast, actually. Haven't seen him since, but who knows when he'll pop in again. All right. Well, thanks for your time. Not much luck here either. You don't think Monk is here yet? Alright. Game's got a massive script, so reading as much during streams. You'd expect some mistakes. I appreciate that. Oh, now the rest area has someone to talk to. You're looking for the young man who's at the camp at the moment. Who's in a camp at the moment? Yes, he does come here from time to time. He always seems so sad. I tried to strike up a conversation with him this one time, thinking it'd cheer him up. And it did, too. We went on seeming all cheerful and motivated afterward. Sounds like we're dealing with a pretty simple-minded guy here, doesn't it? You wouldn't happen to know where he is right now, would you? Sorry, I'm afraid not. Guess we don't have too much to go on then. Yeah, I had a slight indication that it might be Anton. I think that just confirmed it. That was a tough job. Oh, you're those Thor students, aren't you? I wasn't expecting to find you here. Oh, hello, sir. Would you mind if we took a bit of your time to ask a question? After confirming it was okay, they asked Sergeant Major Emmons if he had seen the civilian. Oh, he's missing, is he? I did actually see him roughly an hour ago. Really? Where did you see him? He was heading in the direction of the fortress. I couldn't tell you more than that, though. What could he be doing out there? Indeed. I can't imagine what business a civilian would have in the ruins of a fortress. It seems our destination is set. Yeah, let's go after him. Thank you for the information, sir. Oh, it was nothing. Best of luck finding him. Wait, an insincere smile. A funny Liberlin man. Oh, I wonder if it's, oh. I'm gonna stop making wild guesses. No idea. This is all that's left of the Guerrilla Fortress. It's a shocking sight. It really is. It's not as though we had any real personal attachment to the fortress, but to see this happen to it? Still, this is no time to be feeling overwhelmed by the scenery. We need to focus on finding that missing civilian. How about we start by combing the area? Hopefully we'll find him soon. Oh no, my hopes are not up for Niall board. I wish. Niall would be great. But I am in a state of denial. That felt like the kind of distortion in this area. Maybe it was just my imagination. A distortion in the area, you say?
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise? There's a treasure chest here.
Crystal Flood. Plus, he had the best voice actor. The voice of Niall from Trails was also the voice of Axel from Kingdom Hearts in Japan, as well
That's a fine-looking treasure
as
chest.
Leorio from Adamantine Shield. Falcom just forgot about him? Aww. He was awesome. I wonder if they also forgot about Dorothy. Yeah, Emma is proving to be one of the least imaginative persons among our entourage. Yeah, Niall's voice actor was awesome, man. Unfortunately, he passed away pretty recently, within the last year or so. It's a sad thing. All right, Fee and Sarah together. Well, I don't have Sarah with us, so let's. If you want to get a little beer, If you want a little beer, get a pint glass. If you want more, a tankard. If you really want to get smashed, pour it into a Valstein. Hey, that was my first chess message here in Trails of Cold Steel 2. A Valstein. Stein, like a German Stein. Hmm? Oh, you're one of those Thor students. What are you doing out here? We could come and attack under any time. I'd suggest you hurry back to the base camp where it's safe. Actually, we're looking for someone. They told the soldiers about the missing civilian and asked them if they had seen them. A missing civilian? Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. We just came back from patrolling over the by road. Didn't see anyone there, at the very least.
Sounds like he must be somewhere in this fortress then.
Let's keep the search up. Thank you both for the assistance. Looks like puns are back on the menu, boys. But if you missed it, here's what it said. If you want a little beer, get a pint glass. If you want more, get a tankard. If you want to really get smashed, pour it into a Valstein. As in... Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Pretty good. Let's just, exactly, as in Sarah and her last name. Something's Wallenstein? I don't know how it's pronounced, but I know Stein is German for, I can't find him anywhere. I even came all the way back to the scary-looking place to find him. Ricky! Where are you? If you're there, say something! That's a bad echo. It's the wrong kind of echo for that area. Could this be? Yeah, I think it's our guy. Wait, he actually looks kind of familiar. Huh? Who are you? Wait, I know you. You're those students who helped me out a few months back. Come on, don't tell me you've forgotten me. You came to my aid when I was lost in Auroch's fort. I remember now. That was back during our field study at Berea Heart. Your name's Anton, right? From Liberl?
Oh, he was the one we escorted back to the city. I'd almost forgotten about that.
We saw him a few other places too. I guess he hasn't been home to Liberl since. We should probably ask him what he's doing here. You came here to find your friend you were separated from just before the war broke out? Yeah. Ricky went to Heimdall all that on his own. Right after that, it got occupied by the Alliance. I've been all over the place looking for him, even in Heimdall Station, but I can't find him anywhere. I'm so sorry, Ricky. If only I'd gone with you. I see. That's quite worrying. Yeah. I know as well as anyone what it feels like to not know where any of your loved ones are. Elise. It's really scary, seeing what's going on over in Crossbell. The last girl to win my heart is still there, too. Oh, Fran, please be okay. You may have turned me down, but I'll never forget your beautiful smile. Well, regardless, now we know what you're doing here. Still, I don't think you should be coming into places this dangerous without some type of permission, though. This area could become a battleground at a moment's notice. We should get you back to the base camp. I suppose you're right. I can't say I like this place very much anyway. And it's not like I'm gonna find Ricky here, so I don't mind coming with you. We'd appreciate that.
Okay, well, we've done our part. Let's tell the Lieutenant General we found him.
Anton is resting in the mess hall at the moment. He's been warned not to cause any more trouble, so he should be hopefully behaved, but he should hopefully behave from now on.
I see. You've done a fine job.
Agreed. I couldn't be more pleased with the results. And it sounds as though you didn't find him a moment too soon. What do you mean? We received a report of an unidentifiable large monster appearing not long ago, inside Guerrilla Fortress, no less. Unidentifiable? Is it some species? Is it some new species? It must only have just appeared too, because we didn't see anything like that when we were there.
Correct. On both counts. In truth, it hasn't been the first time this has happened. We've been receiving reports of strange monsters appearing out of nowhere in various locations for several days now.
Could they be cryptids? That's likely due to the chaos in Erebonia becoming all the greater. And if that is the case, it's very possible the same thing is happening all over the country.
We would like to take care of the problem ourselves, but unfortunately we simply don't have the spare manpower. It pains me to leave them be, but we've no choice until the war situation has settled down to some degree. This is just one more reason Erebonia has become an increasingly dangerous land. I suggest you remain vigilant if you intend to continue your travels.
We'll be sure to do so, sir.
Good. In lighter news, please take this as a thanks for helping us today.
Got some Panzer goggles. I'm so used to saying Panzer Dragoon. Panzer goggles.
What you've done was only possible because you chose to remain neutral. We'll be counting on you if anything else should come up.
We would be happy to help however we can. Just let us know. Yep, we got some Panzer Dragolons. All right. Well, let's go find the monster thing and kill it. He looks like a pushover. There's 2 students also available at the Guerrilla Byroad. Okay.
Don't forget to save the game.
Thank you. I would never forget. All right, I think that's pretty good. Let's double check our orbital loadouts, our quartzes and such. Yeah, let's definitely do that for some extra arts strength. Saintly Force, Dragon Vision. Shining would be super useful with a short casting time for sure. Art strength time reduced by 20%. I don't think Cast 1 is going to make a huge difference at this point. Shining R. Ooh, gives a permanent evasion plus 5%. You know who gets that one. Evasion up to 80. Okay. Death counter at the ready. Good, good. I wouldn't want it any other way. Restores craft points by attacking enemies on the field. Oh, that'd be good for Reen. It's been a minute since I readjusted all of these things. Alright. Having a really quick way to cast Adamantine Shield would also be super handy. Sort of physical immunity. Not bad. But she also definitely needs some attack arts. What does this do? Gives a 70% chance of making peculiar dishes. But what does it do? Like, is that why it's a rare one? Because it increases your peculiar dish rate? Flame Tongue. I don't know what Flame Tongue does, though. Is it an attack? It is an attack. Okay. Oh, I see. Flame erupts from around you, skewering enemies. Okay. We need Emma to have some sort of good attack, I think. So we have Luminous Ray, which is not bad. Holy Breath is a nice... And I guess that's kind of it. as far as super strong attacks goes, we also could give her Golden Sphere. Most important thing is casting Art Reflect. Do we have Reflect? I mean, you're talking about her crafts, right? Yeah, that thing. Alright. Let's go ahead and just throw ourselves into this fight real quick, and then we'll see if further fine-tuning is required. Seismic Monstrosity Volglyph.
This one's dangerous. Stay on your toes.
Unforgivable.
My turn.
Okay.
This is bad. Here I go.
Huh.
Oh, I need to turn this around. Oh, Moon, shield us from harm.
Crescent Shell!
Onward! Arthas, activate! Huh.
Thanks.
Let's move.
I'll handle it. Here I go.
Thanks. You have my
Thank you
thanks.
very much. Too slow.
All right.
Okay. Here I go.
Leave this to me. No escape! Saya!
Here I go. Oh, Moon, shield us from harm. Crescent shell.
My turn. Thanks.
You have my thanks.
Thank you very much.
Gather on my blade. Strike!
Okay. Well, this is gonna take a while.
I'll handle it. Arcus, activate.
Thanks.
You have my thanks.
Thank you very much. My turn. Here I go.
Let's move.
Of course. Oh, Moon, shield us from harm. Crescent shell.
Yeah.
Too slow. Okay. Here I go.
My turn. All right, let's do this.
Leave this to me! Leave this to me!
So that decreases my arts defense. What do I do to decrease his arts defense? That's the real question. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to throw her all the way over there.
Here I go!
That's fine.
Oh, Moon! Shield us from harm!
She's already got a shield up, I think. Since she just dodges anything anyway.
Here I go.
My turn.
My turn.
Okay. Of course!
Uh-oh.
Oh, Moon! Shield us from harm! Crescent Shell! Okay. Here.
Let's move. Burn to ash. Fall! Now!
An opening! My turn. Shatter! Now's our chance!
Got you!
I'll handle it.
Let's move. Yeah! Gather on my blade! Strike! Too slow!
Of course! Okay. Here I go. Got it. I'll back you up. It's my turn. Oh, Moon, shield us from harm. Crescent Shell!
There we go. Just in time.
My turn. Arcus, activate. Huh.
My turn. Arcus, activate. Huh.
Of course!
Oh, Moon, shield us from harm!
Crescent Shell!
Predictable.
I'm sorry, everyone.
My turn.
Well, that's a bummer.
Thank you very much.
Here I go.
Onward! Shatter! They're off guard! Go for three!
Leave it to me!
Fee and Emma aren't linked.
I'll handle it. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
You have my
Thank you very
thanks.
much.
Here I go!
How tasty!
My turn. Arcus, activate.
Okay.
Huh.
Behold the might of the Arcade School! Radiant Waltz! Predictable. They're off guard!
Got you.
I'll handle it. Arcus, activate.
Let's move. Here goes.
Overdrive!
Arcane Gale! Now! Now, Laura!
Leave this to me! Leave this to me! Shatter! Now's our chance!
Got you! My turn! Arcane Gale! Now!
An opening! You have my thanks.
Let's move! Arcane Gale! Now!
An opening!
I'll handle it. Here I go! Sylphie dance! What's that?
Well,
I'm sorry, everyone.
My turn.
all right.
Yeah!
Thank you very much.
Leave this to me!
Darn, I didn't bring Machias. Is that the first time I've said that? I feel like that's the first time I've said that.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, overdrive would have been nice.
Too slow.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay.
Oh, is my second overdrive not? It's currently locked. Oh, I thought I had it available. Guess not. Oh, you have to have everybody
Thanks.
for it to unlock.
This isn't looking good.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Onward! 4 green!
Right!
Too slow. I'll handle it.
Huh, why can't I use my second overdrive? I don't understand. That's interesting, though. Alright. Whatever. Oh, it's only Reen who can use overdrive. I did not realize that.
Here I go.
Crap.
I'm sorry, everyone. This is bad.
Good luck. I'll handle this.
Doesn't one of these restore... Seraphic Ring. That's probably what I was looking for. Well, you know, that sure would have been nice to have, but that's alright.
Arcus, activate. Hip.
Thanks!
Two ancient glyphs in a row, that's cool.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Right. Let's go. Hip.
Thank you very much.
This is my secret weapon. Charging orbital energy. Judgment arrow.
No.
Well, that was a good try. Alright, so we'll come back to this later on, I think. Oh, whoops.
A worthy adversary.
Okay, well, we might as well try this one more time.
Should have been paying attention.
This isn't looking good.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Hang on.
Thou art dead. Cha 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 cha.
There we go. Alright. I don't even know what I want to try now. Alright, well, let's just start with Crescent Shield, because...
Oh,
yeah.
Moon, shield us from harm. Crescent Shell!
How long have I been keeping that one?
Let's move.
Oh, just before the stream started, I threw it out there. Got it sorted out.
My turn. Shatter!
Let's move. Arcus, activate. Huh.
I need to turn this around.
Predictable.
Let's move. Yeah.
Oh, crud.
Thanks.
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 My turn.
Too slow.
My turn. Shatter!
My turn.
Thank you very much.
Too slow. Here I go.
Oh, Moon, shield us from harm.
Crescent shell. Okay. Here I go.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
My turn. Arcus, activate. Yeah!
I'll handle it.
Let's move.
Here I go.
Great. None of us are nearby enough.
Oh, Moon, shield us from harm.
Crescent shell. Okay. Too slow.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Leave this to me. Shatter!
I'll handle it.
I wasn't
All right.
strong
Everyone.
enough.
Okay. Too slow. My.
You got this, V.
Should have been paying attention. This one's
Ah!
yours.
Okay, hang
Your
on.
toes.
Yeah. How do I
It's
cancel
not
this
over yet.
retry?
Time to retreat. Bye-bye.
There. Also, we died again, right?
Thou art dead. Ta 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 ta.
Yeah. Well, let's yeah, we'll try that again some other day. All right. Well, elsewhere. I think that there was a place to rest here somewhere, wasn't there? Rest area to the north. Yeah, we'll just use the restroom. It's fine. You wouldn't, yeah, you wouldn't charge me to stay here, would you? Of course they would. All right, let's we'll try that later. All right, so let's see if we can find that by road. Yeah, is that a different exit from here, or yeah? Can't fast travel, but I can just go this way. Yeah, I think I did pretty well for a first couple of tries. The second try kind of wasn't really, my heart wasn't in it, if I'm being honest. But yeah, we'll come back to that guy later and wipe the floor with him, I'm sure.
Sit! Now's our chance. Let's get him! My turn. Sit!
Okay. Of course.
My.
Okay.
Let's move. Okay, it's safe for now. Sit!
The advantage is ours.
Let's move. Sit!
I'll handle it. Of course. How about this? I'll handle it.
My turn.
Kind of miss just being able to hold down the X button to just like, you know, auto attack. That was a pretty cool feature back in the day.
Ha! Sit! Now's our chance. Let's move. Ha!
My turn. It's my turn. How about this?
My turn.
Okay.
Here I go. Sit! Okay, it's safe for now.
And there's a chest over here. Somehow we didn't get that before.
I spy with my little eye the goods.
We have nothing to fear.
Let's move. Okay.
I agree, Laura. Nothing to fear. Hey, we got Reaper. Art strength and speed. Kind of wasted on her, I think. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, let's head out to the shrine. Yeah, we did. But I think I remember there was like a tent over there, wasn't there? Okay, maybe not. Oh, I'm thinking of the one over in Nord, I think. Ah, here's the tent. Oh, now there are some familiar faces. Elisa? Is it really you? Emily, I'm so glad you're safe. I'm glad we finally found you two. Long time no see, Reen. What are you guys doing here? Well, both parties exchanged information. You guys have certainly been busy. You're behind the ash-colored knight everyone keeps talking about? Figures Class 7's always been pulling out crazy stuff like that thingy. We're not that bad. You've been setting up those transmission relay devices, right? Yeah, we've been using them to gather intel. I have to say, though, getting by with the bare minimum of ingredients while doing it has been a bit of a struggle. So he says, but we've been having fine dining pretty much every day thanks to his amazing cooking skills. I'm practically eating better than I was when I was cooking for myself at Thor's. You flatter me. Oh, right. We met Teresa back in Berehard. She was really worried about you. So she managed to get home safely then. I'll have to pay her a visit soon. How about it? Want to come on board? As much as I'd like to give you some assistance, instant yes, I can't. I'm sorry. We've still got some business to take care of first. Is anything difficult? Well, you kinda caught us while we were getting ready to set up some relay devices around here. This is the last place on this list actually, so we shouldn't be long. Would you mind waiting until we're done? Oh, I see. Helping them out with this might just make life easier for us all. We might as well help out since we're already here, right? Not to mention, things will go much quicker if we divide up the work. Are you sure? Thanks. That'd honestly be a huge help. Here you go, Reen. This is your batch. Got some 6 relay devices. Oh, they're much smaller than I thought they'd be. Well, yeah, they're designed to be attached to orbment lights. We have George to thank for these handy little guys. His handiwork's as impressive as ever. That makes sense. This way the lights can serve as each device's power source. They'll be pretty hard to find too. Nice. We'll leave you in charge of setting them up on the lights around the area, trying to set them up roughly equal distance apart. we'll be setting our badge up here on the road that runs parallel to the Transcontinental Railroad. Then we'll meet you up back here once we're all done. Sound good? Sound okay? Understood. Let's get to it then. We should remain wary of that we don't get caught off guard by the monsters while we're setting these up too. That's right, pleb again. That is just kind of what I do.
My turn. Of course. How about this?
My turn.
My turn.
My turn. That's that.
I did pretty good though. Got it halfway dead before we ended up coming the first time. Accidentally tried again when I was just trying to speed through to the next area. But that one didn't go quite as well. Got a bad start. Guess we'll start with this one. Okay. Alright, there's another one. 2 down. We're making good progress. Oh yeah, don't I have a bike I can summon? Halfway done. Alright, how do I pull that? Called a courageous bike.
Let's ride.
Alright. That's right, that's reverse.
Let's ride.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'm actually saving all that much more time. Whoops. But it's kind of cool. It's got the cool factor at least.
Let's ride.
Because it's a freaking motorcycle.
Let's ride.
Yeah. Okay. Motorcycle while in high speed mode. Not the best on this road. All right. It's not letting me dismount. There we go. All right, fine. We'll just make my own motorcycle noises. Okay, I will not do that actually. That's almost as annoying as... Well, never mind. That is about the most annoying thing I've ever heard. Hey, welcome back. Guess you're here. You're all done then? Agreed. Indeed. This is the same, and the same goes for you? Yeah. Did you run into any monsters? Fortunately, no. We all got all set up without a hitch. I'm not sure we've set them up in the right spots or not, though. No need to worry about that, actually. We've already run a transmission test and everything checked out. We're good to go. Thank goodness. Good job, team. Does that mean you're ready to go on board the Courageous, then? Count us in. Think it'll be a cinch now that you've got the Blazing Maiden on board. Blazing Maiden? I'll be sure to pull out my weight so we can get to picking up Teresa and Ferris too. Thank you, Emily. I can't deny it. Making food on board the Courageous is making me pretty excited. I'll make sure that everyone on board gets a good meal, the best I can provide. Thanks for joining us, Emily and Nicholas. Alright, so are we pretty much done in this area for the time being? Alright. We'll return to the Courageous. Alright, so now we have a place to eat. Nicholas, I'm hungry. Can you make me something to eat? Sure, I don't mind. I think it'd be more fun if I made something together, though. I guess. Okie dokie, I'll help. Cute. As the head of the cooking club, I'll be taking care of this ship's kitchen from this day forward. I'm sure it's going to be a really fun job, especially with Milliam on board. Alright. Alright, yep, let's head to the bridge and we'll head to Legram.
Where do you want to go?
Alright, Legram is right there.
Full speed ahead!
And Casper, which requires Chronicle 4? Let's go ahead and grab that real quick then. Let's take a look at that newspaper. Issue 4. Breaking. The Noble Alliance dominates in the West. Excellent news has come from the Western Front, stating that the Noble Alliance was overwhelmingly victorious in the recent battle and has forced the former Imperial Army to retreat significantly. This marks a landmark achievement in the Alliance's ongoing efforts to put a stop to the rebels. The Army's Press Information Center has issued a statement that half of the former Imperial Army forces in the West have been extinguished, and those that remain are on the run. Thanks to our brave souls in the West, the Empire's return to glory appears to be closer than ever. A ferocious week-long battle. The battle was started by the former Imperial Army, which amassed a force of over 300 heavily armored tanks and plunged the nearby area into chaos. The elite Leguin-Bardius armies set out to rout them, and at noon on December 6, the battle finally began. It was clear from the beginning that General Li Guin and Brigadier General Bardius had the advantage, stunning both friend and foe alike with their indomitable strength. Realizing the odds were against them, the rebels tried all manner of cowardly tricks and stalling tactics to prolong the battle, leading it to dragging out for an entire week. What brought their futile resistance to an end was a pincer attack mounted by the two armies. The military press office reports that this was not originally planned, but they were able to work together in near-perfect harmony, eventually doing so along with eventually doing away with those among the rebel forces. Perhaps what stands out most in their latest achievements is how little damage the two armies sustained. It's difficult not to be awed by their sheer skill demonstrated, and personally speaking, I'm eager to hear more about their magnificent exploits in the future. The Azure Knight astounds all. The Noble Alliance's elite Azure Knight also took part in the battles. Reports note that its appearance in particularly difficult battles, as it was definitely turned them around in the Alliance's favor. All details regarding it remain classified, but eyewitnesses suggest that its capabilities are so out of this world that it brought to mind the great knights of Erebonian legend. With General Le Guin, Brigadier General Bardius, and the Azure Knight fighting along the same side, it's plain to see that Noble Alliance's overwhelming victory is as anything other than an inevitability. The end is in sight. With the battle in 3 more cities subjugated as a result, the moment we citizens of Erebonia have been waiting for is soon approaching. The Noble Alliance's ever-decisive victory is near. Reports suggesting that the battle initially began near the coast of the Lamar provinces, but as a result of the rebels retreating, the primarily took place farther inland. While the number of refugees unfortunately kept growing over the course of battle, the height of danger never reached the densely populated areas, and as such, civilian casualties are currently thought to be minor. Society. Conflict near the Twin Dragons Bridge. The lengthy conflict between the Kreutzen Provincial Army and the 4th Armored Division seemed to be showing no signs of letting up. The 4th Armored Division was known as the strongest division of the formal Imperial Army due to the continued resistance and refusal to stand down. The Provincial Army had no choice but to label them as a rebel army, raising tensions to a new high in the area. The 3rd Armored Division is also refusing to end its unlawful occupation of Zendar Gate to the north and has yet to respond to requests to disarm. Besides, between these two divisions, it is likely a state of confusion will remain in eastern Erebonia for some time to come. Politics. Imperial government negotiating with Crossbell. There have been recent reports stating that Imperial government has reopened negotiations with Crossbell. One government source suggested Crossbell's actions were cowardly and unforgivable, but that does not preclude us from negotiating with them. The demand in these negotiations is likely to include withdrawing from the state's independence declaration, dismantling the Crossbell Defense Force, and unfreezing Erebonian assets held by the International Bank of Crossbell. However, Crossbell's crimes are still fresh in the minds of Erebonia citizens, and I think I speak for everyone in praying for that the government will lead the negotiations with a firm hand. Courageous's whereabouts still unknown. The Imperial family's cruiser, the Courageous, remains unseen since the outbreak of war. Reports have suggested the airship is currently being used by private group for undisclosed purposes, but the Imperial family has been keen to remind the public that its current duties are in no way official, which may suggest that those on board are guilty of no less than treason against the state. The Noble Alliance is urging any citizens with information of the ship's whereabouts to come forward. Well. Battery? Your cargo, right? Machias's, friend? I know you put in a request to help, but, what are you doing all the way out here in Legram? Did something happen? What do you think happened? A bunch of noble soldiers came busted into the Ost district, and that got us real salty, so we gave them some of the old bang, kapow. But then they got mad at us and turned the tables. They wouldn't give up either. Then Pattery, damn it. If I parse that correctly, it sounds like he really needs our help with something, and I guess Pattery's in trouble? That's about all I got, too. We should get him to calm down a little so we can explain things before it's too late. Maybe bringing Machias with us would help. I mean, they are friends, of a sort. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Let's go back to the Courageous and get him. Those damn soldiers, getting all big in their boots thinking they're so tough. They deserve a kapow we gave them. I don't think they'd be so stubborn, though. Or the Pattery. Ah, damn it. Well, he's still crying. I guess we won't be able to get anything else out of him while he's like this. Allow me to translate. The patrolling soldiers' arrogance irritated him and Pattery greatly. In response, they tried setting traps for them using boxes and drum cans in an effort to drive them away. Naturally, this did not go according to plan, as anyone with half a brain would expect. Machias, the hell are you doing here? I don't think a dork like you would help me sort this out. I can do it just fine on my own. I don't need a dork like you. Of course. I can tell by the tears streaming down your face you're off to a flying start. Machias, I have no idea how you turned what he said into what you just said, but I'm impressed. Unfortunately for me, I've had to put up with the two of them for a long time now. You pick some things up after a while. I'm fairly sure I know how the rest of the story goes too. When the traps failed to have their intended effect, the soldiers gave chase, and they ran cargo, Pattery. As they ran, Cargo and Pattery lost one another, which led to the current quandary. Yeah, that's right. We were running from him, but then Pattery told me to go on ahead. We were supposed to meet up here, but she still hasn't shown. Pattery. And we're back. At least we finally figured out what happened. I wonder if this means that the soldiers ended up capturing her, though. It really wouldn't surprise with how heavily guarded the capital is. I hope she's all right. I'd save your concern. Those two always defy expectations. Don't take a word they say at face value. What's that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean, Machias? Cargo, we should make a few things clear. You two definitely specified Legram as the town to meet up in, correct? That's what I said, didn't I? I mean, we were kind of panicking at the time and the soldiers chased us and all, but Pattery told me to took out the map and pointed right to the part where Legram is. She said we were meeting at a tiny little place in the boonies where no soldiers would ever care enough to find us. Maybe you shouldn't talk about the town like that right in front of all of its residents. Way to show your appreciation. Well, he isn't wrong. Technically speaking, as a resident, I don't find such apt description offensive. Still, if they had a map, I can't imagine we're dealing with any sort of misunderstanding. Neither can I. They're both Erebonians, so it's not likely that they'd end up in different towns. But that would mean... One more question, Cargo. Were you both on the same side of the map when you were doing this, or were you on opposite sides facing one another? Huh? Yeah, we were facing each other, so what? Have you worked something out, Machias? I think so. When they agreed on the destination, one of them was looking at the map upside down. I doubt she'd ever mentioned Legram. He'd probably pointed at the part of the map that said here. They probably didn't even realize how much of a misunderstanding it would cause. That sounds plausible. Still, if that's the case, then Pattery's gone off to an entirely different town. We should look for a town that fits her description, and one on opposite side of the capital from Legram. Good thing we've got the Courageous. Okay, we're off to find Pattery. Any objections, cargo? Did you work something out? What are you wasting your time here for, then? If you find her, let me know right away. You better promise. We will. Just stay away from me. You're getting snot everywhere. All right. It's Emir, by the way. Okay. We'll make sure to hit up Emir soon. As for the locations of my fellow classmates, church and the dojo. All right. Oh, you're back. Hey again, Vivi. No updates on Lynn's whereabouts since we last saw you, huh? Not yet, at least. I've prayed for her to be okay multiple times, more times than I can count. I even started watering the plants for extra Adios brownie points. And they're still not doing very well. Ugh, I'm useless, both as a gardening club member and as a human being. But I guess it's always been like this. I'm only ever able to do anything because I've got Lind, and now that I don't... This isn't you. V? You're the kind of person who loves causing trouble and pulling pranks on everyone. Like Edel and me, Lind, even Rain sometimes. You skip classes, you even your club meetings, pretend to be Lind to embarrass her and everyone who gets involved. But in the end, you always leave everyone with a smile on their face. Works with flowers, too. They always looked so happy whenever you take care of them. So, sitting here alone, praying for someone to solve your problems isn't you. Nobody would be able to stop Vivi, the Vivi I know, from running around and finding Lind herself. V's right. And as it so happens, we're flying the Courageous all over Erebonia now. I can't guarantee you'll find her, but if you come with us, there's a chance you'll hear something about where she might be. So, what do you say? Are you willing to lend us a hand? You guys... Of course I will. I don't know what's gotten into me lately, but if anyone should be going out there and hunting her down, it's gotta be me. Sisters need to look out for each other, right? Bingo. Welcome to the team, Vivi. Thanks. You're awfully lucky. If it's not every day Erebonia's loveliest lady joins a ragtag bunch of adventurers like you. That's right, it's not every day, but it is this day. And it is a day we can all be glad for. Oh, hey guys. Nice to see you managed to find your Class 7 buddies in the end, Reen. Thanks. I'm pretty happy about it too. How have things been on your end? Still alright? So far, so good. I like to think I'm making myself useful here in the training hall, doing whatever I can. Not that that's much, though. I'm basically just taking care of weapon maintenance and importing more when necessary. Sounds useful to me. With all the trouble that's been befalling the town, I'm sure they'd appreciate all the help they can get. Allow me to thank you on behalf of everyone here. There's little more helpful than a properly maintained blade. Speaking of helping out, actually, Green told Gasper they were looking for fellow Thor students to fight with them aboard the Courageous. Me? On the Courageous? Well, I'd love to help, especially if Monica's already on board, but... Hey, quick question. Could you use the Courageous to fly over to the west? I mean, theoretically, sure. We could use it to fly anywhere. That's not part of the area we're responsible for, though. We're told to focus all our efforts on the east side of Erebonia. Honestly, the west is a little too dangerous for us to visit either way. Yeah, that makes sense. I just figured I might be able to go and see how my family was doing over there is all. I forgot that you came from a town near the shore over there. I can hardly blame you for being worried. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm sorry, but I'm staying here in Legram for now. I'm hoping I'll be able to get the chance to head over there and check on them myself. Alright, that makes sense. I wonder if we can find out for ourselves whether they're safe or not. Wait, I think there's some article in the Imperial Chronicle talking about the area Casper's family lives in. Maybe I should show him. Oh, come on, there's gotta be something in here I can show to how Casper's family is doing. Right there. Here, this part. What brings you back here? Casper, hear me out. I know you're worried about things back home, but I think chances are good that your family is just fine. Seriously? What makes you think that? Here, check out the 6th and 7th pages. Reen gave Casper the Imperial Chronicle. The Chronicle? I haven't read one of these in a while. I've been so busy worrying to actually... conflict near the Twin Dragons Bridge. Yeah, I already read it out loud. No way. It's actually talking about the coast. And this is where you're from, right? It says that the battle started near the coast. Most took place on further inland. That's kept civilian casualties to a minimum. If we assume that this is honest reporting, I'd say it's unlikely that your home or your family were harmed. Wouldn't you agree? Sounds like that area dodged a bullet. Going simply off the evidence we've collected, I think it's likely your family is safe. Oh, man. Thank goodness. I can't thank you guys enough for bringing this to me. I've been worried sick about everyone for so long that it's a massive weight off my shoulders. I can see the relief in your face. But at least now I don't feel quite as much of a need to go over to the west and check on everyone. So, you got me. I'll join you guys on the Courageous and help out however I can. Welcome aboard. Let's fight for our families. Together. You bet. Alright. So that's that. Was there anything else in the immediate area to do? Doesn't really look like it unless there's a hidden quest here. Racer Guild. That's right, there was that event there. Hello there. I've heard about what you're up to these days. You're traveling around on the Courageous, gathering information, I believe. As a member of the guild, I'm happy to do whatever I can to help, so don't you hesitate to call on me. We'd appreciate that. Well, seeing as you are kind enough to offer, you wouldn't have any interesting information for us, would you? Interesting? Well, how about this? As I'm sure you can imagine, the Noble Alliance has wrested control of all the country's major towns and cities, but lately there have been a number of people who've started forming small resistance groups and opposing them. Resistance groups? You don't mean... Supposedly, they've been standing in the army's tyranny, up to the army's tyranny, and supporting those who've been oppressed. And while this just my instincts talking, I can't help but wonder whether they might be people you know. They definitely could be. You wouldn't happen to know where any of those people were, would you? Well, considering they've got this long without being caught, I'd say they're moving from place to place. Your best chance of running into them might be to explore relatively quiet highways. That makes sense. Thank you, Miles. Let's file that nugget away from the back of our minds. Toval and a few other familiar faces have dropped by not long ago, so I heard about how things are going from them. I'll keep acting as the guild's control tower in Erebonia from here on out. I'm convinced all of us share a common goal, so let's do what we can to push these things in the right direction. Right. We appreciate your support, Miles. Me too, DX, man. That is one of my favorite things about the Suikoden games in general, is building the base, having it grow larger, and becoming, like building your own clubhouse. It's good stuff. Time to go to Ymir, I think.
Where do you want to go? Leave it to me!
It's kind of, now that I remember where Ymir is, that's kind of a rude place to call a little place out of the way nobody would care about. Come on, spit it out. Where did you hide cargo? I know you did it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Wait, whose cargo? Is that Battery? Well, I'm glad we found her, but I can't believe she's actually ended up here. It looks like Machias' theory about the map was correct. Yeah, might be a good idea to let him know before we try talking to her. She really was here. Hey, Battery, could you please stop causing trouble for strangers? Machias, the hell are you doing here, huh? It's not like I actually care, but it's nice to see your stupid face. I suppose. She's acting a bit odd. Well, I'm glad that C are doing well too, but seriously, what are you thinking trying to pick a fight with the army? We heard all about what happened. No good can come from worrying people so much, you know. What? Look who's talking! Pardon? You've got no idea how worried Ost was when he heard that you were wanted by the army. For all we friggin' knew, you were dead in a gutter somewhere, and then Uncle Carl ended up getting arrested on top of it all. What do you think we started picking fights in the first place for? We were scared. We were pissed off. We were whatever. It was whatever for us to do it and then letting some amateurs try their luck. So that's what really happened. Sorry, I had no idea that was the case. I'm sorry for worrying you all so much. You shouldn't be saying that to everyone back at home, not me. Anyway, that idiot Cargo said he was going to meet me here ages ago, and he still hasn't shown up. So what are you going to do to help me look for him? And speaking of Cargo, I almost forgot. Oops, completely slipped my mind. So she intended for them to meet up here, huh? Oh well, no way to know who was in the wrong now. Wait, you guys know something? You better not have tied up somewhere, because if you do... What say we bring him here before she accuses us of anything else? The crew, they flew the Courageous to Legram to pick up cargo, then brought him back to Ymir. Thank God we didn't actually have to do that ourselves. Battery! Cargo! The hell have you been doing all this time? I was freaking out like crazy, you damn pipsqueak. Where the heck was I? Where the heck were you? Ultra headlock time! Just who are those people? Well, they're, refugees from Heimdall. I'm really sorry about all the trouble she's caused. I know this has a lot to ask, but would it be possible for them to stay in Ymir until the situation improves? There? Well, sure. They're not how I pictured people from Heimdall to be, for sure, but sure. Wow, check it out! There's really a warm-looking pond over there. Watch it, loser. That's clearly a trap. Ain't no way anyone would put something that nice smack dab in the middle of town. Wow, you're right. So smart, Battery. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go have a quick word with them so they don't go causing any more trouble. Must be tough for you, Machias. I'd like to think we had all of our fair share of challenges this time. Still, I suppose all's well that ends well. Badass in danger. Received a bunny watch. You know, while we're here, it wouldn't hurt to just recharge the old feet. There we go. All right, let's save up. And I think that this is as good of a stopping point as we are likely to get for the day. So let's go ahead and switch to our ending scene. And let's go see if we can find someone for us to go drop in on. And if you're new here, and if you liked any of what you saw today, please be sure to get followed so you'll see when we resume our stream on Friday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. You know, the same time we started today. But in the meantime, let's see who's currently out there in the Twitchverse for us to drop in on today. Right. Well, looks like a lot of the people that I normally drop in on are not currently streaming. Alright. Well, tell you what, let's drop in on a buddy of mine. His name is Jay, aka the Dolly Popka. He's a super cool dude, very laid back fellow. He's making his way through what he calls the GameCube non-exclusive challenge. And I'm not sure what he's playing at the moment, but I hope you'll stick around and give him some love, because he's such a humble guy. He and I got our start on YouTube almost 10 years ago, around the same time. Unfortunately, he kind of stuck to a lot of Xbox, and he's kind of stayed a pretty small channel all this time. A real hidden treasure of a channel, if you ask me. Let's see. Raid. The Dolly Popka. There we go. But yeah, now he's moved his focus over to GameCube, and he's just doing some kind of fun variety kind of stuff. Yeah. Kind of a smaller streamer also. So just stick around, give him some love. I'd really appreciate it, guys. But until Friday, stick around, and I hope you'll have a great rest of your evening. Here we go.